Yeah, I'm back down in the bunker because we're talking about very serious topic.
This is very
And
serious.
and this is lead lined and they won't be able to find me.
That's good. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't want you to be found.
Counter to intelligence.
Welcome to Counter to Intelligence. I am Ken the Bunker. With me, my bright, colorful friend.
Tom, the debunker. I'm going to debunk it all today. It's
Yes,
a very exciting day for us.
with your safety orange.
Safety
And
orange. Yes, this is
yeah,
keeping us safe from the
yeah.
transmissions we're about to discuss.
Yeah, and that is what we're going into. We're going into, and this is when it's going to be interesting because you can't debunk it necessarily because it is a real thing.
Yeah.
But what it is where we'll probably get into what you're going to debunk and what you think it is, and it's the famous UVB-76, which a lot of people think it's a mispronunciation that it is actually UZB-76.
Right?
It's actually gone with many different call signs. We'll get into that. It's also known as the buzzer. And what is it? It's a shortwave radio signal that has been going on. It was first detected in the 70s,
Yeah.
late 70s, and it's been broadcasting at 4625 kilohertz. So if you have a shortwave radio and you want to find it, there it is. You can also, if you go on YouTube and just type in UVB-76, there's multiple people who air it or whatever,
Yeah.
live stream it.
Live stream it.
And you can listen to it if you really want to. It's been going on basically 24/7 since the 70s, except one time.
Yeah.
It stopped for, I think, 24 hours. So I'm going to go over the basic history and then some of the conspiracies of what people say it is. And we'll go from there.
Let's
How
do
about
it.
that?
I
All right.
love it.
So basically, we already said the call signs are UVB-76 or UZB-76. It was also MDZHB and
Mhm.
ZHUOZ and ANVF. I think there's another one as well, but I think I forgot to write it down, but you can find it.
It's a lot.
It keeps changing, which is weird.
Some
Like I
are in
said,
Cyrillic. I swear some of the videos I saw looks like
yeah,
they're in Cyrillic. So I don't know what this
yeah.
is.
Yeah, so they said late 70s, but some people say it may have been at as early as 1973 is when this was started, which is the year I was born. So there might be a connection. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Hey. So it's a constant buzzing tones of 1 to 2 seconds long, and they repeat 25 times per minute. Then periodically, there is a Russian voice, which kind of is saying UVB-76, UVB-76, and some numbers, some words, some more numbers. And every once in a while, you even get music and Morse code
Yeah,
thrown in.
yeah, just because.
Now, yeah. So now here's what it first was linked to a military base near Povorozov. And it's a Russian place
Paprika
outside of
or something? Yeah,
outside of Moscow.
yeah.
Then in 2010, it went silent, and then when it came back on, it was traced to St. Petersburg, and then it's been moved to Narofomistnik and Kyrgyzstan because Russian is one of those romance languages.
Right. Yeah.
That it looks kind of like German. It's like
Yeah.
I would love to see a romantic movie in Russian or German. I bet it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
It's
They're just
probably not
shy.
meant to be, but
Yeah.
it would be so funny to me. Uh, so most believe that it's a Russian military uh, signal of some kind. Um, Now here are the I guess the some of the conspiracies we'll get into the purposes of it. One, people did believe at one time it was a dead man switch, which is basically if it stopped, nuclear weapons were going to go off. And this was during the Cold War. People were freaked out about it. But as we said, it did actually stop at one point for 24 hours, and there was no nuclear war.
Thank goodness.
Uh, yeah. Others believe it's a numbers channel. I think that's what you call it, a
Yeah,
numbers
like a number
uh,
station. Yeah.
a numbers station. That's it, not channel. Numbers station, which is basically what spies use. It sends out code and numbers to
Right.
tell people what to do. And if you've ever watched the TV show The Americans, I don't know if it's
I
a
have.
great show,
Yeah.
and they're they kind of use that kind of thing. I don't think they ever mentioned UVB say, but they did mention number stations and stuff, and
Right.
and Carrie Russell went from being Felicity to a Russian spy.
Right.
So
Why
that's
not?
what happened after she graduated from college. And
Career
and
path.
in this, yeah, in this one, she didn't cut her hair, which so there was no
Right.
controversy.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
Yeah, yeah, but she did a lot of other stuff that was kind of questionable. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Carrie,
Right.
why?
Why? But
Come
did she
on.
give us enough material for a show? There's probably something behind it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So then the people really don't know what it is. It's kind of eerie, it's kind of scary. There are now here's where some people like some of the weird thing is uh inexpec- unexpectedly it played I can't talk. Maybe the number station's correct.
It's going to your brain.
Yeah, it played Swan Lake at one point.
Yeah.
And there was actually at one point a woman crying faintly while the numbers were going on. So it's just weird. And some of the conspiracies is besides it being a dead man's code, which I think that's been debunked because we did say it stopped. One, it's a mind control thing where interesting, like we've dealt with that before with MK Ultra, but like maybe the tones have been like, and obviously you would have had to be pre-programmed to it. And if you, which is interesting, if you watch any of the Marvel movies, there's a character, the Winter Soldier, where he was programmed, and there are these number like and then different words, Treadstone, and then all of a sudden he goes off and kills Tony's dad. Spoiler alert! Should have probably said that before.
Yeah, people
But
ignore
by
that.
by this time, if you have not seen Avengers and Winter Soldier and all that, and don't know what happened, where have you been?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah, we're on to phase 25 of Marvel,
Oh
and
my
this
gosh.
happened in phase 3.
I
So
wonder if it might restart. Like that's how long we've gone through
yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah. So mind control. Another is it's a paranormal portal. People believe that it's some kind of like opens a portal using your mind. Again, it's a mind thing, but like astral projection helps
Yeah.
you focus. Where if you sit there and listen and focus on it, you can go see what's really happening in Antarctica through astral projection. Another is that it's an alien contact relay,
Wow.
which okay, that it's somehow communicating with aliens via shortwave radio, which I'm not sure how that would work because I believe the aliens would have to be in our atmosphere
Right.
in order to receive it because it's not going into space.
Right. It
It's
bounces off the atmosphere.
yeah,
So,
it bounces off of the firmament.
yeah. The firmament. Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. The firmament.
the firmament. See, I'm throwing in some flat Earth stuff just for fun. But anyway, and so that's kind of what people have said about it. I do have the timeline, which we kind of went over, but like 70s to the 80s was the origin of it. 1990s, that's when the voice started coming over. Originally, it was just
Yeah.
buzzes and numbers and
Buzzes
Morse
were-
code. In the 1990s, you had the first voice come over. Actually, it was December 24th, 1997 was the first reported voice. In the 2000s, it continued to do this on this weird cycle. Some people say there is a cycle of when the voice comes in. So it's like every whatever. Then in June of 2010, that's when the June 5th of 2010, the buzzing ceased. And people were like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Right.
And then it popped back up June 6th, but then it went from Moscow to St. Petersburg. August of 2010, that's when you had Swan Lake came over it. September 7th of 2010, it changed call signs to MDZHB.
Right.
then 2014, it increased. It had a burst of a lot more talking, and this was during the Crimea annexation from
Yes.
February to March 2014. So if you're like, they noticed during the Crimea annexation at that time, this thing increased and there was more numbers being said, more talking. Then again, December 28th, 2015, it then changed to ZHUOZ, the new call sign. Then March 1st, the day before my birthday in 2019, I think they did it for me.
Yeah, probably.
The call sign was changed again to ANVF.
Right.
And it's now continued. Oh, on May of 2024, an unknown Russian speaking pirate infiltrated the frequency, and for a brief moment it was taken over and then abruptly was retaken by the whoever is actually running it.
Wow.
But there was a pirate radio guy who took over the call sign briefly.
Wow. I feel bad for that guy. I think he was
probably dead.
Yeah.
He's probably dead by
now. Yeah.
So there you have. That is the short version of the history of this thing. We know it's real. It is there. But what is it? Like, what are your, like, the thing is, I'm not going to go in I don't believe it's UFO, and I don't believe that it's, what was the other one that I don't believe? Not UFO.
The dead man's trigger.
The dead man's trigger, because I think that it debunked itself by stopping.
Yes.
I do believe, now that I fall into two, I believe that it could be something used as like kind of a trigger thing to get people to do things.
Oh, wow.
Like I think maybe there are agents who have been kind of like Winter Soldiered.
Yeah.
And then they're like, they'll be sent an email or something. They'll click it and it opens up the YouTube channel and it's like, go kill Bobby. And then, it's like, but it's in Russian, not American English, but Bobby. So then I think that's probably more German, but it's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
If Bobby's listening, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Bobby. You are now dead.
Yeah.
Bobby's my go-to whenever, like, Bobby and Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin and Bobby. Those
Kevin
are
and
the
Bobby.
ones that's who always
bad days
killed.
in the Can House. No, I think it's maybe just testing communications. It seems like something silly, or it's like a line that they're keeping open in case they ever did need to use it for something real. So they just say random stuff on there. And some of those voices, I mean, I think some of them are just speaking random gibberish. And in some cases, I think they accidentally flipped the wrong switch and there was a microphone, right?
Yeah.
That they would normally use to transmit if they had a real thing. And they actually gently turned it on, and you heard Swan Lake, and there's probably people,
or the woman crying because the guy running it, that's his wife, and he's like, "Where's my dinner? Get to the chopper." And then it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's Arnold was there, and he was hungry, so that's a lot of this. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't buy the dead man's trigger because I did do some research, and they said if you wanted to use that should probably be able to circle the Earth, and to make that work 24 hours, you have to change the frequency because night versus day, there's different interference.
And shortwave, it bounces off the ionosphere.
So
that would be so difficult because I think you would have killed everyone by now.
Right, exactly.
Because it like I looked that up too, but also the fact that it did stop.
It stopped.
But even before that, it's like the tuning. It's like as the day goes, you have to constantly change it.
Yes,
because of the heat of the sun changes the thickness of the there's all sorts of the thickness of the firmament.
The firmament, yes, you got to adjust for the firmament.
So you got to adjust for the firmament, and so so I agree with you. I don't think it's that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it's aliens or anything obscure like that. I feel like it's because it's clearly associated with the military. Like all the sites are military sites. When I went and looked it up, I'm like, okay,
it is
some kind of military thing. So
and I do believe, like, besides being like the crazy, possibly it's winter soldiering people.
Right.
But I'm saying if you listen to it, you don't become winter soldier. I'm saying you'd already have to be
You'd have to
pre-programmed.
be pre-programmed to do it.
Yeah. So you've already gone through. You were like in college and you needed an extra $5 to go get beer. So you signed up for this psych thing, and you didn't know. You had no idea.
How were you supposed to know? They were going to program you.
Yeah, and then you killed Mr. Stark.
Right.
And so and you don't even remember it.
Yeah.
So Tony can't get mad at you about it.
Right.
But he does anyway. He's not a good guy.
Then you get to be like a B actor in the next movie, right? Or maybe you're an A-lister with all that.
Yeah, well, you end up becoming an A-lister because then you get to show up in Thunderbolts and you are like one of the main guys, which I haven't seen.
Shown up in Thunderbolts to this show. We should do that. Yeah. We should work on it.
But I kind of agree with you on the I think one of the reasons they still do it, and this goes down to the conspiracy side of me too, is one, I do think it's kind of like sending out code. And I think we do they have Russian spies all over the place, and it does reach Europe and it does reach America. Sure. And now with the internet, it reaches worldwide.
Right.
But the thing is, I think also they are keeping it running because there is that fear of an EMP. And and I think an EMP might knock out your shortwave, but it would definitely, or they took down the internet, or like, because there are countries where they do freeze the internet and you can't get stuff. Yeah. So by shortwave, you can't really stop radio signals. You can't really stop. You can't block them. Right. Like, especially like a shortwave or AM. Yeah. FM, you probably could a little bit more because that's line of sight. So there's probably ways to disrupt that. But like AM and shortwave, it kind of, like you said, it bounces up into the air, bounces down. Yeah. It's a little bit harder to disrupt that.
It is. Yeah.
And this goes to show, like, when I at one point wanted to be a DJ and I worked at a radio station.
Oh, wow.
Briefly. Cool. Yeah, I did.
I didn't know this history.
Yeah. In college, I
oh, awesome. I did it for like one session. I went and played some, I guess they are records or tapes back then.
Yeah, records. Yeah, spinning the records, man.
Spinning the records.
So, yeah. So, no, I did that briefly. So I understand. And I was on an AM. It was an AM frequency, so I learned all about that.
Right.
But I did not pursue it because I'm no Howard Stern, and then I saw the quick turnover. So I wonder how much of a turnover the UVB has. Like, I'm feeling like they get that job gets turned over quite often. Yeah. And you probably don't want to get that job because I feel like you will probably get, it leads to you dying.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if anything, dying from boredom, because I don't think it's them hitting the buttons to make it happen. Something's just playing.
Yeah, it's just running. You're like, hey, just make sure this is still going.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then the one time it got shut down, that guy's gone.
Yeah.
And then the one time he let his wife cry in the background, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Then like the other time they played Swan Lake, and they're like, oh, you like Swan Lake, you like ballet, yeah. Like, I won't say the derogatory term there.
Right.
I don't want to get. But anyway, they know that people know what I'm saying.
Right. People get it. They're picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, exactly. They know what I'm saying. But yeah, so I think from there you get a lot of weird stuff. But
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and I would like to know what other stations are out there with this kind of weird stuff, right? I'm sure this is not the only one, right? So, I maybe wants to. I've never been interested in shortwave radio, but an audience, that's Ken waving to his fan club there. He's got a lot of fans. So
I do. The people broke down into the bunker. They found it.
What?
And I don't know. I don't know how
they have a key code.
They spoke English.
Okay. Oh, that's good. So, as long as they're not Russian.
So it wasn't the Russians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This time.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I got the neighbors. We don't talk about that. But
yeah. No, but yeah, it's like, it's a cool thing. It's kind of creepy. It is, because I did go on YouTube and listen to it. And if people want to go to it, I was thinking of like showing it on our show, but no, just go yourself, because I don't want to sit here and broadcast it.
Right.
I'd rather hear us talk about it. And
Yeah.
I can reenact it if they want. Here.
Should we do it?
Mein Leben. Again, I went German,
Oh
but
my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah.
yeah, it's close
Maybe that's the new
enough.
call sign. Here's what,
Yeah,
here, audience, if you now are listening to UVB 476, 76,
yeah,
4,
yeah. 76. Just
76,
plain 76. Yeah,
plain old 76. What if that comes back through?
yeah.
This show gets played through it.
That would
That's
be amazing. Now, if you are someone who can pirate it,
right.
play our show through this episode through the frequency.
Oh my gosh.
And what's the frequency, Kenneth? UVB-76.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that's what REM meant by it, but
Yeah.
yeah, they
Maybe
sang
more.
that song. That's right.
Yeah, they did.
That was them. That was them.
That was that.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think we've kind of
We covered it.
there's no more we can say about this.
Right. There really is nothing
thing.
else. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we both are agreeing that it is a Russian thing,
It's
and
in
it's
Russian.
military based.
Military.
I do believe that it is being used for spies of some
Right.
kind,
Right.
and I kind of border on possibly Winter Soldier people,
Mhm.
like perhaps there's all these riots going on. People are
Oh,
doing the
that's why.
UVB-76, and then let's burn down LA. I don't know.
Do you think I can get like family members to take out the trash for me and stuff like that? Like if I play this, I'll be like,
You
listen
should
to
try it.
this, and then I need to take
Yeah.
out the trash.
Have your son listen to it and see what happens to him.
Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe he won't take out my trash. He'll go and like destroy the trash cans in the neighborhood, and I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like, like last night was trash night.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
for us too.
and I woke up at 2:30 a.m. realizing I had not taken the trash out.
Wow.
And that's like the worst feeling, because then you're like, I gotta get up
Yes.
and go
You
do
miss
this.
it.
Because they come, like, and the thing is that it varies. Like,
Yeah.
if I decided to wait, I'll just do it in the morning.
Right.
Like, I'll do it they will have shown up at 5:30.
Yes. Exactly.
But because I did do it, they didn't show up till like 10.
Right.
So it's like,
Of course. They know.
it's so random.
They're
Yeah,
paying
they're clicking in onto the UVB-76 and like,
Yeah.
Ken has taken his trash out. Take your time. And then
That's
there
the
you go.
signal. It's
Yeah.
trash. That's what it is. It's the
Yeah,
trash.
it's all about the
notification.
trash in America. So next week,
Next week is big.
yeah, we're gonna do the Coral Castle.
Oh yeah, this
Which-
is a weird one.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. Now think it's really funny because I'd looked into this thing probably 15 years ago, and I'm so mad because I used to live in Florida, and I didn't find out about this place until I'd moved up to Maryland, and I'd been here 2 years, and then I found out about it.
Oh man.
And the funny story is where it's located. My buddy and I, we had made this cartoon a long time ago about, it was called Humanity, and it was about a guy that was half man, half manatee, and that was it. He had no other powers.
Yeah.
And basically his superpower was he is very slow. He liked to eat a lot, and he would randomly get hit by boats. And that was about it for this cartoon. And when we had it online, it was very funny. We did about 9 episodes, and we decided to tour and promote it going down this Florida. And we went from St. Augustine to Key West. And we had these big cutouts, and halfway down, we realized that we were in an area where there were all these boaters, and the whole thing with manatees and boaters was a huge controversy, and the environmentalists and the boaters were butting heads, and we were just doing this funny cartoon, and we got so much hate because from both sides. The boaters didn't like us because they thought we were saying, you need to get rid of your boats, save the manatees. And then the environmentalists didn't like us because 2 of the other characters were, one was Boater Bob, who was just this drunk sidekick who was a boater but best friends with humanity. And then the bad guy was Propeller Hands, who had cut his hands off and replaced them with propellers.
Oh my God.
Simply because he hated humanity so much. And it wasn't like he lost him in anything. He just decided, I'm cutting my hands off and I'm going to attack humanity because he's part manatee. So his weakness was propellers. And so that's what this guy, and it was even more twisted was that the guy was a proctologist by day, and he had propellers for hands. Yeah. And his hands were propellers. That's how twisted my mind went. But
that
anyway,
would be bad. That would be proctology.
Yeah. Someday I'm gonna have to talk to my buddy, and we have to bring it back and do more episodes. But that being said, we drove right past the Coral Castle on this thing. We didn't know what it was. Yeah. We had no idea. And I wish I had, because we should have stopped and gone on a tour, because this place is bizarre and just crazy. And that's all I want to say about it, because I don't want to give too much away, but it is how it was built and why it was built. Everything about it is, you're just like, what? Why? Huh? You know? And also you and I have a cool adventure coming up.
Oh, yeah.
After we do the Coral Castle, you and I are going to be going on a trip, and we should do a podcast and talk about what we did.
Yes.
Let's not announce it.
No, secret trip.
Secret trip that you and I are going on, and then we will talk about what happened, because maybe something cool will happen, maybe not. I don't know. But, but we'll talk about that. Will be after the Coral Castle secret trip podcast.
I like
where we went, what happened, and what we saw.
This is
and it fits right up the alley with the people the three people who listen to our show.
Yeah, no, they'll be very interested in this.
By the way, we've gotten more subscribers.
Oh, what are we up to?
I think we're up to over 30 on YouTube.
Whoa. That's amazing.
That's
doubled. That's doubled since last time.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it. It's been a while since I looked it up. Let me see.
Yeah, it's but YouTube but Spotify, it's way more than that. But
right. Oh wow, 34. All right.
34, yeah. But so there we go. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Next week will be Coral Castle. The week after, a special surprise episode, which I think you guys will enjoy and maybe. So there, I guess that's it. I guess we're done.
Right. That's
another
it.
One in the books.
What's that?
Thanks for another one in the books.
One in the books.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, stopping by, and tell your mom and your dad and your next door neighbor and anyone named Bobby or Kevin, because we want to make sure that all the Bobbies and Kevins hear it, and because then we'll know, are they addicted to UVB-76. So, but yeah.
All right. This is exciting. All right. Well, goodbye, audience. We will see you next week with another exciting episode.